So I'm here at Scott, the Tin Type Man's studio, and we're doing a wet plate shoot with our model Nicola, and I'm just going to walk you through some of the behind the scenes with Scott. So here is some of his fabulous images. Let's jump in.
Take a piece of tin and then we're going to pour on what's called collodion. So collodion is a mixture of ether, which is an anaesthetic, gun cotton, which is explosive, and alcohol, which we all know about. So we mix all those two together and they become like a jelly that goes on top of the tin. Then we'll put the tin plate into silver nitrate, which will sensitise it. Then I'll come and take the photo. After we've taken the photo, we'll then develop that in what's called iron sulfate, and then we'll use cyanide to develop it. So there's a reason why photographers used to die doing this. But hopefully we won't have that problem today. So we try and use some of the chemistry that's a bit safer.
So Scott, talk me through what the camera is.
So this particular camera is it's probably the youngest in my collection.
Yeah.
So this one's around about 1950. So it's a Linhof 4x5. And I think we'll use a large format camera. We'll use something around about 180 millimeters as the lens that goes onto it. But effectively it's a lens with a box.
Yep. That's
all it is. So we'll start with that one, and then if we get a chance later on, we'll go to the one that's slightly older, which is around about 1898. That's a Thornton Piccard in English camera. Again, same sort of thing, a lens with a box on the back. And then I think my oldest camera I have here is around about 1878. So, but this whole process started in about 1853. So it's almost not quite the original process, but it's the first process where photography was able to go out on the road. So it was used in things like the Civil War in America. Predates film, definitely predates digital. That's how it might predate digital. But it's very much, we have to hand make every photo. So, and everything we do has to be done within 10 minutes. So from the moment that I start making a plate to having it developed and finished has to happen within 10 minutes. Because if my plate, it's called wet plate, because if my plate actually dries out, so any of the chemicals dry out, we don't get an image. So this is really one of those, it takes a while to set up and then it's hurry. And on a warm day, like today's not too bad.
Yeah, we did well.
Yeah, on a really warm day, I'll literally be running from place to place, trying to get it to all happen before it dries out. And it's incredibly variable too. So the chemistry is temperature dependent. So we'll try a shot now and it may work, but temperature's different today than it was yesterday, so it might not work. So I'm always amazed when we get an image. So I'll be able to see Nicola.
I'm hoping.
If you come into here, put that over the top, you should be able to.
Oh, stepped on your foot.
That's right. Can you see her there? See?
I can sort of see my reflection.
Yeah, no, she's there, upside down and backwards.
Yep.
That looks really cool. I think that'll make. All right, so we need to get a plate. Do you want to come inside? You can probably both come inside if you wish.
I'm just going to shoot from out here. So that's just taking the stuff off the tin, yeah?
Yep, so we can use tin or we can use glass. The reason I use tin is it's a lot quicker and easier, because if I have to use glass, then I have to clean the glass every time. So even though I pre-cleaned some this morning, I've then got to clean them again. So whereas tin is really quite quick and easy. So that's just a pure piece of tin. They use that for things like trophies, trophy making, engraving.
Yeah.
But we're effectively going to put a positive image over the top of that, which will be silver, and then the black will shine through. So the idea is, so if I was doing it on glass, then you get an image comes through behind.
Yeah.
But we're effectively just going to do it onto a piece of tin. So I'll start with So I'm pouring collodion, so this stuff smells a bit.
It stinks.
It stinks. Because it really is, as I said, it's ether, gun cotton and alcohol, along with some salts in it.
So light up a smoke, you'll be right.
Yeah.
Boom.
So this is probably the hard...
Really well.
Sorry?
You're balancing that extremely well.
Just a bit of practice.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my
It's
God.
probably the hardest part of the process.
Yeah.
I
to do that.
You'd want to.
I sat out here. I sat out here for probably half an hour, 40 minutes practicing with baby oil.
It was fun, wasn't
it?
Yeah.
And the more I did it, the worse I got. I think I got it like perfect the first time. And Scott's like, oh, wow. And then I
then it
stuffed
went
it up
backwards from
after
there.
that. Yeah.
All right, so I need to sensitise this plate. So we will have to go on to into there. So I just need to turn the lights off and close the door. So we'll sensitise the plate. Lights. Oh, we need some lights. Get some lights so we can see what I'm doing. And we'll pop that into the sensitising bath for 3 minutes. 3 minutes it is. With our developer ready. That's ready to go. Yeah, he's the sort of the guru of doing this. So I did a workshop with him a few years ago, and then that got me the basics.
Yeah.
And then it's just been practice after practice after practice.
How lucky you're in not so far from each other.
Yeah. So there's only, and it's a very small community
Yeah.
that are doing this now. So there's only, oh crikeys, commercially doing it.
Not
There's
me.
3 people in Australia.
Wow.
It's the same as this. So it's just gone into the holder. So that's a light tight container. And I was able to put my plate straight in so that we're then able to go and to expose the shot to light will be the idea. This is just a 4x5, a miniature version of it. So light off. That's looking really good.
Just a hint of a smile, but enough that you can, like, you don't have to hold it for 30 seconds. It's
No,
quick.
it'll be
It's
instant.
quick.
I promise you won't feel anything.
You'll be seeing dots for a bit, but
It's not that bad. Okay, so it's in. I've taken the dark slide out, so the camera is now ready to take a photo. I've armed the shutter. So what I'll do, so we're ready? Told you you'd be right.
I did. I told you, it's an experience.
And that's only half the strength of what it really needs to be to do this properly.
Yeah.
I just haven't been able to get enough lights yet from overseas. So that's, yeah, it needs to be about 10,000 watts really to give me flexibility. So that's only about half.
So you're rinsing it off now?
Yeah, so I've poured the developer over the plate
Yep.
and now we'll rinse it.
Yep.
I'm actually not sure if I've got an image at all,
Oh,
but we'll have a look. Just give me a few. Actually, it's probably not too bad. All right, so we've got an image. So there is an image on the plate.
Oh, yeah.
So, but what we'll do now is we'll drop it in the fix.
Nicola, do you want to come watch? This is how it just comes out, like just slowly comes out.
that's quick.
Yeah, no, we've got an image for sure. That's looking pretty good. Once that dries, that'll come up okay.
The detail is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty good. Yeah, so the light there will be exactly the same light that gets projected onto the
Okay.
plate behind,
Yep.
in theory.
Yep.
I'll leave that there. Just check the focus. There.
This is the one where it's going to change. It's a bit bigger. This is the one before. This is the
Just
flash
like-
one.
this
Real
is-
smile.
I think that's the thing, you sort of,
She's anticipating it.
yeah.
Real smile. You're like, oh,
This will be fine.
Hey?
It'll be fine. Okay,
Margie, come down. 3, 2,
1, something like that.
4.
So that's the back plate out.
We're ready.
You're all primed and ready?
Done.
I don't think she smiled again.
Can you see anything yet? That's fine.
Lies, it's all lies.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that one's better, I think. What camera is this one? This is the...
This is from about 1898.
Yep. And we've got the same lighting set up and everything that we've got here. But this gives us a bigger plate, correct?
Yes. Sorry, I was right in the middle of taking the shot. No, failure.
So yeah, there you go.
That's right, we'll do it with the other cam. We'll go back to the 4x5.
When it doesn't go to plan.
Plan, which happens occasionally. That's all right, we'll go back to the 4x5.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we'll go with that one again. Yeah, yeah. Because it just didn't work last time.
Yeah, same pose.
Can you just pull your little diamond down? Can you see it? There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Just keeps catching up, stupid thing.
Richard, smile when you're ready.
Yep. Give the poor girl a countdown.
Right, we're ready.
Your smile.
So, 3, 2, 1. Done! Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's very cool.
Do you want me to find a look?
Piece of glass and cleaned it.
Yep.
So I'll now use that instead of using the tin,
Yep.
which might actually scan better. We'll have a look.
Okay. And what are you cleaning it with? Just
Dishwashing liquid calcium carbonate. So really good if you want to clean anything glass. Yeah, squeaky clean it. So just food grade calcium carbonate,
okay.
and then water and dishwashing liquid.
Yep.
And then I'll use some, I've got it somewhere, I'll use some alcohol just for the final.
Yep. Just get rid of any fluff and
Yeah.
stuff. Yep.
You want squeaky clean. Otherwise the collodion won't stick.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's definitely the front. All right, better close up. All right, 3, 2, 1. Done. It's been developed. We just need to fix it.
Yeah. So that.
So that's sort of the negative. So now we'll take that, drop that.
Get that quick.
We'll need a black background for it. Hang on. There we go. That'll do. Get one of those.
Oh, so is this just water?
It's actually a chemical. It's sodium thiol. It's not cyanide though. So there you go. That looks cool, doesn't it?
Wow.
Doing glass or tin?
No, I'll do tin.
Okay, yeah.
Only because it takes me half my life to cut the glass.
Okay.
Yep, that's looking good.
All good?
You happy with that pose?
Yeah, yep, I think so, yep. Oh. So, yeah, pop your hand, hang on, pop your hand.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it, yep. Counter in when you're ready. We're going to look down or you're going to look up? Yeah, actually, over your shoulder, that looks good. That looks good. And then you're not staring straight into the lights again.
Done. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That looks good.
Looks great.
Great colours. Good pick.
So there's just enough colour in the top to make it pop from the.
Yeah.
So how was that?
Good.
Good? Did you get blinded?
Yes.
Any recommendations?
Sunglasses.
Don't look at the light.
Yep.
Yep. No worries. And what do you think of the final images?
I think they're good.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
So that was our morning spent down at Granville in Scott's studio, and a huge thank you to Scott for allowing us to come in and have so much fun with Nicola, learning more about wet plate photography, which is something that has always been of interest for me, but also it was really interesting learning how different colours interact and how things work within this type of photography. So if you'd like to learn more about wet plate, why not check out the Tin Type Man AU, and Scott is a fabulous teacher. I will also be putting together a video that I will put up shortly on the differences between actual tintype wet plate and creating it digitally. While we were there, I was taking the same photos of Nicola with my digital mirrorless Sony, and I will put together a video on the differences between the two looks and how I got to trying to create or emulate something very similar but digitally, and why it never really is quite the same. So stay tuned for that video. If you've got any comments, love to hear them down below. Obviously, if there's anything else that you would like to see in 2026, let me know in the comments too. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, maybe hit that little bell for notifications, and I will see you next time on YouTube. Bye.